Welcome back everyone to Pineleaf Beorning, and we're here with Gruingalas getting ready to make the exchange.
Will you not speak with Ahadur?
I know that Broin will want to be part of the final stage of the mission, and Arkador must not let his anger blind him to the dangers of haste. Alright, let's see what's going on there.
Tensions run high among the remaining elves of the Hidden God. One of their number slain, the other dying from a deadly poison. And now the dwarf Broing has disappeared on the eve of the journey's end.
What is up with Broing? What is the meaning of this, Pineclaw? While you were recalling the scouts on the perimeter of Dol Guldur, the dwarf Droin vanished from Gost Galath. He told no one where he was going, and right on the eve of the exchange of Mazog for his kin. You had spoken for him, Pineclaw. You failed to speak of his cowardice. Do all dwarves abandon their companions when the road turns treacherous? This dwarf is not coming back. We do not know that, Arkador. But it is not difficult to see. We came here for him, but only our friends have died, or are dying. Arkador. No, Kukaran, I will not be silent. Why should you? He speaks words of truth. My kind have nothing but hatred for the dwarves. But for the elves, there was something else. There was fear. My father spoke of elves proud and terrible, as foes to be feared. Where are they now? Where are they now? They stand before you. Your words are empty, prisoner. No. It was the whim of dwarfs that brought you here, and they have abandoned you. That is not so, Mazog. Quell your speech, or it will be quelled for you. But he is not wrong, Kukaran. Where is Broing? Latu Gosmers Bagu. Broing. Alright, let's see what this is all about. There is little time to explain, Pineclaw, so I must be quick. After you gave the Lythris to Mazog, and the more I dwelled upon it, the more I came to regret the necessity. If only another dose could be made. I spoke with the elf Barvesian atop the great tower here at Osgalath, and she said that more unmarked venom sacs of the Sethwell might be found, with time, but that the Cereglos flower is so rare that finding another one would be impossible. The conditions for such a flower to grow are so specific that only if the growing season could be slowed might such a flower still be found. I walked through the forest for many hours, heading north, and passed into the lands beyond the reach of the Golden Host. I walked, and walked, and walked, and just as I was about to turn back in defeat, I beheld a grave mound upon the tangled undergrowth. A stream flowed by its side, and now that the droplets of the water splashed atop the mound, where bursting forth grew a single flower, still in season. With this second Cereglos flower, and another unmarked venom sac, another dose of the Lythris might be made. And here it is. All right. You need to drink this, Asurio. Okay, good. There! Look. Already Assyriel's strength returns. The Lythris is working to fight the Grigwal poison. I do not know what to say. While I railed at unjust fate, the dwarf combed the forest for many miles to find a way to save Assyriel. It should have been me. I cannot believe I was beginning to listen to the words of Mazak. Now there is no delay. We will go to the gates and exchange Mazak for the prisoners and be done with them at last. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, and here we are at Dol Guldur. Oh, what a... Oh, might as well get a nice view of the tower here. Hello, Beorning. I am sorry, Pineclaw. Give me just a moment. I walked many miles to the north in search of the Sereglos flower, and though I have my father's hardiness, it was still a most taxing journey. That it ended in success, and that Assyriel will recover from the Gwingris poison, was enough to give me further strength. But one more moment, friend. I will have both breath back in a moment. Alright. Can I speak with you? I was most wrong about the dwarf Beorning, Pineclaw. I have come to regret my words about him, and perhaps about all dwarves. To make such a seemingly futile journey in search for the one thing that might save someone he barely knows. Someone not even of his own race. He showed a fortitude I had thought only elves could possess. And he did it with much less complaining than I have done. But look at him. His journey north into the far reaches of Mirkwood have taken a toll even on his stout form. He needs to rest. The guards at the gate ahead will see his exhaustion as weakness, and we cannot afford that. Will you tell him to remain here in such a way as to spare his feelings? He has proven himself to me, and to the others of the rest for the rest of time. He has no need to accompany us the rest of the way. He helped Assyriel, and now I wish to help save him, and save his cousins, and the rest of the dwarves. Alright. I do not want the guards at the gate to think we are weak. They would not think it so if they knew the distance I traveled, and in so short a time. I wonder if that will be the main verse of the glorious tale of Beorning the Mighty. After all, it did not seem so glorious when I was hurrying through the dark, tripping over stones and treacherous roots, searching for a flower that might not even exist in the world any longer. Maybe my part in this is all over. I do not want to hurt the negotiations for Bori. I will remain here and guard the rear. I trust that Arkador and the others will be able to fulfill the mission. Alright. Very well. Thank you, Pineclaw. It feels good to have a reason behind revenge for this errand of ours. I still burned with hatred for the orcs, but now, too, is the desire to rescue the dwarves, whereas before it was only a vague purpose. We will do this now for Beorning. Do not do this, Kofragish. Set me free. I will trouble none of your kind. You are passing that gate, Mazak, willingly or unwillingly. I wonder his reluctance to join his friends. I do not think Mazak may find that he has few friends beyond the walls, and I think he knows it. It is time to go. Right. Alright, here we are. What is this? Who dares approach this fortress? Only those with the courage to do so and an offer to make. An offer? What are the terms of this offer? They are not for your ears, gatekeeper. All dealings come through me. Siglet, it is fine. We come bearing the orc Mazog, trespasser upon the kingdom of the dwarves. We seek to trade his life for the lives of the dwarves imprisoned within Dol Guldur. I cannot speak to this. Wait here. You will answer to these trolls if you try anything suspicious. Alright. Well, here we are, Pineclaw. Now we will see if the errand was not as foolhardy as first it seemed. I will have Kumite in the ready, in case we find our first belief justified. Right. The gatekeeper returns. This way, you lot. Dwarves. I should have known this rabble was yours, Pineclaw. Your offer does not interest me, Pineclaw. What use do I, Gorthel, have with a useless orc such as Mazog, the Lord of the Caves? He is Lord of nothing. The dwarves crawl all over the caves like worms on moldy bread. Bog would be ashamed of his son, and Azog will slay him for dishonoring his family line. But it would humor, to hold Mazog with the dungeons of the fortress until the world's ending, so he may have time to think about how he failed his master. I will accept your offer. These 3 dwarves will go free, and I accept the custody of the orc called Mazog. None of these dwarves is Bori, Pineclaw. I thought not. They have been cruelly mistreated, and seem close to death. Where is Bori? These terms are not acceptable, Gorthol. Where's the dwarf Bori? The dwarf called Bori is not part of this deal. I have offered you the lives of these 3. I am receiving 1 prisoner, and you're receiving 3. You think this to be unfair? Consult with your associate Pineclaw if you must. I do not like this, Pineclaw. We must make Gorthel turn Bori over to us, in addition to these 3 dwarves, or we have failed. Well, what can we do? Well, not much at the moment. We cannot move. Perhaps you are right. Perhaps the deal was rather uneven. You must show mercy. Heh! Mercy from Dol Guldur? Boy. These 2 for Mazog then. Very well. If you are certain. Come here, orc. My powers are vast, but I must confess something to you. I do not possess the authority to treat with you. I am not the master of this fortress. I am merely a guest. No, these are the masters, and I did not consult them before making this deal. Therefore, I must rescind it. Archers! Well, treachery from Dol Guldur. What a shock. Can this sorcery match a dwarf's might? Okay, the spell is broken. It can move again. Let's get out of here. Nothing left for us here. Oh boy, I forgot Galadriel tells you to flee. Sort of out of place now that I've already fled. Lord Celeborn believed some of the Nazgul had come to Dol Guldur, but did not know for certain which of the 9 had done so. Now we do, though it is of little comfort to us. The lieutenant of Dol Guldur commands the others. He is second only to the Witch King, he who hailed from Angmar of the North. The lieutenant of the tower rules the fortress. It is he who struck down Arkador. The gloom of Nerd was a wild man of the land. It is peopled now only by slaves of Mordor. He wields a war hammer in battle. I know nothing about the Black Blade save that he hailed once from Lebanon. He is fully a thrall now, as are all of the Nazgul, though it was not always so. The Golden Host cannot think to stand against these 3. It is hopeless. You're going to hurt your foot that way, Sigalith. You don't care. Oh well. She just ignores me. That didn't go very well. It is over, Pineclaw. So many have died, and still Bori languishes within the dungeons of Dol Guldur. How can we hope to fight such evil? Aknor gave his life that we might have time to escape. We must not forget him. It was no use, Pineclaw. We have failed. Let us go now inside Osgaloth, though there is little we can do now. Little we can do now.
The hidden god has failed.
Arkador slain, Mazog is taken, and Bori remains in captivity. Sigalith is mooring with Isuriel inside Godigir. She is asked not to be disturbed.
The main arm of the Golden Host has camped at Thangulhad to the east.
Right, where I have... Technically, I guess this is the point where we probably captured Thangulhad or something like that, as opposed to back when I visited earlier. Perhaps it was foolish to think that treating with the enemy was possible, but there was enough to gain that it seemed worth the attempt. It has now failed, but the forces of Dol Guldur will see the effect of betraying us beneath the flag of peace. The main arm of the Golden Host has camped in Thangulhad, a camp east of here, in Gothburz. Present yourself to Ningloril there, for she will have something a Beorning such as you could do for the benefit of the Golden Host in the next stage of the campaign. A word of warning. Ningloril is stern, and not given to idle jest. Do not try her patience, or it will go ill for you. So, I need to speak with Ningloril, oh, whatever. Trouble is, I don't know exactly how the language works and all, especially with hard vowels, soft vowels, and all that fun stuff. Anyway, I'm going to head over to Thangulhad, where I'll meet you for the next episode of Piney Plays The Beorning.